Hello children, welcome to the world of environmental studies. Let's look around. What is today for us? So today the name of the chapter is What if it finishes? In this chapter, we will learn about the resources and how not to waste resources. Also, we will go on a bus trip in this chapter. Yes, you must be wondering why a trip in this chapter? Yes, children, sometimes we need to understand how the pollution is been affecting our life. Okay, let me ask you one question. Have you been in a bus trip? Yes? Home to school, then school to home? No. Today I am going to take you in an interesting bus trip in this chapter of environmental studies. So children, let's start the chapter right now. So today we are going on a school trip to the Adalaj step well, Bauli, about 18 kilometers from Ahmedabad. We began counting vehicles on the road. Some of us counted the bicycles, others counted the buses, cars and motorcycles. Abraham, who was counting bicycle, soon got bored. Screech! The driver suddenly braked at the red light. It was a big crossing and we could see the traffic lined up on all the sides. So it was a busy road. So the children were going on a bus trip. So they saw the road was busy. Honk, honk. The sound of loud horns and smoke coming out of the vehicles. Now look at the picture on the above page and let us write something. So children, look at this picture. Now observe this picture for a moment and you see what's there going on. Then we will write some question and answers. Okay children, so now after observing the picture, tell me the answer. What are the different kinds of vehicles that you can see? Here is the picture. Children, see the picture and write it down. I will definitely tell you the answer afterwards. But what are the different vehicles that you can see in the pictures? Alright children, here is the answer. What I can see in this picture, I can see vehicles like cars, buses, auto rickshaws, motorcycles, cycle, etc. So what do we see? We see cars, buses, auto rickshaws, motorcycles, cycle, etc. Let's go to the next question. So what do you think they need petrol and diesel as fuel? So children, let me repeat the question for you. What do you think? They need petrol and diesel as fuel. Think about it. Okay, here is the answer. Cars, buses and motorcycles need petrol, diesel or CNG, while cycles do not need any such fuels because we paddle the cycles, isn't it? Let's see what's there next. Which of the vehicles do you think give off smoke? Put a red mark on those. So, children, what we will do? You have to look at the picture and also what you can do, you can draw the picture. Imagine a road, vehicles, cars, motorcycles, buses on it. Draw the picture and then what you can do? You can see the pictures and you have to put a red mark on those which gives us smoke. Yes, do it yourself. You have to think and mark it. Easy because we can draw. Drawing is always fun. So next question is, which are the vehicles run without petrol and diesel? Very simple answer, as we have discussed earlier, that cars, motorcycles, buses runs on diesel, petrol and CNG. But there is a vehicle which does not run with petrol and diesel. What it is? Cycle. That is bicycle. So the answer will be the vehicle runs without petrol and diesel is bicycle. Good, children. Now, what problem do we face from the speeding vehicles? When our elders say, if you are driving any vehicles, if you are driving a bicycle too, don't speed up. Why do they say so? Because one can meet with an accident. So children, now you come to know why we don't have to speed up. Because we might meet with an accident. Now children, tell me, do you ride a bicycle? If yes, where all do you go on it? And how do you come to school? So children, can you think about it? Can you answer it? So my answer will be yes, I ride a bicycle. Not now, but when I was young, when I was in the school, I used to ride a bicycle. I used to go to the tuitions. I used to go to my friend's house. It was easy to reach on a bicycle rather than walking. And I used to go to the school sometimes, but sometimes I had to take the bus because the school route was very long. Now the next question. How do your family members go to work from home? When you see your father is going out to work or your mom is going to the office or anywhere, how do they go? So I have seen my father and my mother taking the public transport. What is public transport? Such as buses, auto rickshaws. Now the next question is, what problems can we have from smoke coming out of vehicles? And what kind of problems can we face from noise of vehicles, honking? So what are the problems can we have from smoke coming out of vehicles? The smoke can exhaust us. Can we tolerate a lot of smoke around us? No, never. The smoke comes into our body. It stuffs our lungs. And what kind of problems can we face from noise of vehicles? It hurts our ears. Isn't it? Too much of noise. It hurts our ears. Now, the boy started saying the story. Let's see what's there. On the petrol pump. After some time, a bus stopped at a petrol pump. So children, what is a petrol pump? You know from where we can take the petrol and put it in our vehicles so that our vehicle will run. Yes. There was a long queue. It seemed as if we would have a long wait. So queue means it's a long line. They are waiting in the line and they have to wait for long. We all got down from the bus and started looking around the petrol pump. We saw many large boards and posters. So children, when you go on the street, don't we see boards and posters on the streets? Yes, we do see. So the boy, they all got down from the bus and they started looking around the petrol pump to see what's there around. And what they saw? Many large boards and posters. So, petrol and diesel will not last forever. Save it for your children. Yes, it's a very important point. We need to remember. People, those who are wasting petrol and diesel, how they are wasting? Keeping the vehicle on for a longer period of time. No, the petrol and diesels misused there. So what we should do? We should put the keys off to save the petrol and diesel, or else our children will not see petrol and diesel. So make every drop go a long way. So what should we do? As I have said, we should preserve it. How we will preserve it? The same answer. We need to switch off the key when we are standing in a long wait. Switch off the engine when you stop the car. When you stop the car, it is very necessary to switch off the engine. Isn't it? That's what I said. Now see what they have seen. Now there is a date which was written in the book. Date 13th July 2017, which is 13/07/2017. What is the rate of the petrol? Petrol was 64.91 per liter. That is equals to 65 rupees if we round off. And diesel is 54.70 per liter. If we round off, it will be 55 rupees. We could not understand why it was written that petrol and diesel will not last forever. We thought of asking an uncle who works at the petrol pump. So the boy over there started thinking that in a board he saw that the petrol will not last longer, as we have discussed the point just before it. So he started thinking the petrol will not last forever. Why? He thought asking an uncle who works at the petrol pump. Now this boy named Abraham started talking to an uncle. Let's read out the conversation with the uncle. Now Abraham said, "Uncle, from where do we get petrol and diesel?" Uncle, who works at the petrol pump, said, "From deep under the ground." What he replied? He replied, "From deep under the ground." Now Manju said, "But how does it get made there?" Good question, isn't it? We should know about it. What did the uncle reply? Uncle said, "It is formed naturally." So children, it is formed naturally. That means petrol and diesels are natural resources. Yes, petrol and diesels are natural resources, but very slowly. It is not made by human being or machine. We should remember this. Petrol and diesels are formed very slowly and it is formed naturally. So petrol and diesels are not man-made. It is a natural resources. Human being can't make petrol and diesel. So then Abraham asked, "Then we don't need to buy it. We can take it ourselves using a bore well, like we pump out water." See, Abraham was smart and he said that then why we have to buy natural resources? So just the way Abraham asked the question, that we can take it ourselves using a bore well, like we pump out water. Now uncle came with a reply. What did uncle said? Uncle said, "It is not found everywhere, but only at a few places in a country. We need big machines to pump it out and clean it." So what we need to do? So uncle said, it is not found everywhere, but only at a few places in a country. And what we needed? We needed big machines, not only to pump out, but also to clean it. Now, children, now let's find out some question and answers about it. What do you think, which states of India have oil fields? Now here is the answer. In India, oil fields are in Assam, Gujarat and the coastal areas of Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. Now the next question is, besides oil, what else is found deep inside the earth? Let me answer you. So besides oil, minerals like iron, copper, bauxite, gold, etc. deep are found inside the earth. Now here is a task for you all. What task? Let's see. Now find out the traffic rules and discuss them in the class. Children, if not in the class, you can discuss with your parents and friends. What are the traffic rules they know? What are the traffic rules you know? The 3 lights of the traffic. And the next question is, we should use petrol and diesel judiciously. Think, why? So, this is the task for you. And let's continue the conversation. Isn't it an interesting conversation? Yes, let's start. They discuss further. Divya, what Divya has to say? Is petrol going to finish? The poster said that petrol is not going to last forever. See, Divya asked a very nice question. What she saw on the poster, she asked to the uncle. That the poster said that the petrol is not going to last forever. Now what the uncle has to say? Let's see. It does not get made as fast as we take it out. What he said? It does not get made as fast as we take it out, because uncle earlier has said the petrol and diesel forms very slowly. So it takes lakhs of years for it to be formed under the earth. Oh my God. Not even years. It takes lakhs of years to form under the earth. Now what Abraham has to say? Abraham asked, how will vehicles run if the oil finishes? And Manju said, on CNG. I had seen on TV that vehicles which run on CNG give less smoke. Wow, nice. Uncle, laughing. Ha ha ha. That too comes from below the earth. It is also limited. Oh, see? Even CNG is also limited. Now what Divya has to say? Divya said electricity can be used to run vehicles. I have seen an electric bicycle. See, Divya comes with an answer that electricity can be used. Right? Now Abraham said we will have to do something, or else how we will travel when we grow up. Yes, good question. Abraham said then what we should need to do? We need to do something, or else we will be in problem when we will grow up. Now Divya said, my dadi, that is grandmother, would be happy if fewer vehicles run on the road. She says, look, vehicles line up like ants. What will you do when you grow up? It is true, children. When now today's world, when I go on road, I see a number of vehicles running on the road. And Divya's dadi was very right. The vehicles was lined up like ants. Now let's see what Manju has to say. Manju, see, only 1 or 2 people are sitting in these cars. Why doesn't everyone uses a bus? Oh, good. Manju said only 1 or 2 people are sitting in the car. They need to use the bus. So bus is a public transport, as I have said earlier. Now Abraham said that will save petrol. 1 bus can carry many people. Yes, children, how we can save fuel as well? If we will use a vehicle with so many people. Yes, or if we will use the public transport, that is bus. Now Manju said, when I grow up, I will invent a car that runs on sunlight. Wow. then we won't have to worry about it getting finished. We can use it as much as we want. Oh, that is very nice of Manju. Manju thought that she will invent a car which will run on sunlight. Then we don't have to worry for the fuel. Now let's read an article about treasure from the earth. What it is written? Treasure from the earth. It is not easy to find out where oil is deep down below the earth. Scientists use special techniques and machines to find this out. See children, it is very difficult to find petrol and diesels. Therefore, there are so many boards. Therefore, there are so many advertisements about save the fuel and save petrol or diesel. Then, through pipes and machines, petroleum is pumped up. This oil is a smelly, thick, dark-colored liquid. It contains many things mixed in it. To clean and separate these, it is sent to a refinery. So, what happens, children? They not only pump out the petrol. So, what they do? They take to the refinery. Why? Because to separate and clean the things, because the petrol is very smelly, thick, dark in color. Now, have you heard of a refinery? It is from this petroleum or oil that we get kerosene, diesel, petrol, engine oil and fuel for aircrafts, and also the grease which are also obtained from this. It is also used in making several other things like plastics and paints. See how it is useful, right? So therefore, it has been said not to waste petrol and diesel, and the natural resources are very much important to us, isn't it? Yes, it is. So let's see what's there in the conversation. Let's again start the conversation. Now, the boy started thinking about saving petrol. I remembered that sometimes Baba keeps the engine of the tractor on while doing something else. So, what we have discussed, we should not keep the engine on if it is not running. So, we should not keep the engine on. At times, the pump in the field is also left on. How much oil would be going waste? I thought I will surely talk to Baba when I get home. So, Abraham was thinking about it after talking to the uncle. Like, we should save the petrol. We should save such things. Little things can make a big difference. Isn't it, children? Okay, children. So we come to know that how our natural resources are important to us. How we should save this. So, let's stop the conversation over here. Don't worry. We will continue this conversation in the second part with some question and answers. Thank you for listening.